on which Lord Sri Krishna spoke this wonderful Bhagavad Gita to his friend Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. The speciality of Bhagavad Gita is that it is personally spoken by Krishna himself, the Supreme Lord. It is not a knowledge given by some ordinary people. It is given to us by God himself. That is why the title Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavat in Sanskrit means Supreme Lord, God. Gita means the words spoken by God. So these are the words spoken by God. Just like if an important person, he goes and he speaks, the press will immediately capture all those words. What did he speak? What kind of announcements he made? What instructions he gave? They'll be very eager to capture all that because he's a very important person. So the most important person in this world is God himself. And when that God speaks personally, and that is being recorded as Bhagavad Gita, then why did God speak? What is the reason that God spoke? The reason was Arjuna's question, Arjuna's situation. Arjuna's situation and Arjuna's question is something similar to all of us in our day-to-day life. It is no different. Why Bhagavad Gita is so famous, popular, not because of some blind faith of some particular religion, or it is some sentimentalism of some particular religion, whether it is applicable or not applicable, simply because it belongs to our religion, so we have to read. No. It has practical relevance and application to our lives. Arjuna's question in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita was very practical. What is that? He asked question that should I fight or not fight? Now you all may say, oh, I don't have any war to fight. So why should I read Bhagavad Gita? Actually, fight refers to some of our duties. For Arjuna, fighting was his duty. So we all have various other duties. Arjuna's question was little more broader later in the second chapter. His question was, I'm confused about my duty. Dharma sammudha chetaha. Dharma means duty. So Arjuna, he made his question a little broader, that I'm confused about my duty. And next, Arjuna also told, in the next second chapter, 8th verse, in the 7th verse, Arjuna is saying, Karpanya doshopahata swabhava pruchami tvam dharma sammoda chetaha. Dharma sammoda, I'm confused about my responsibilities. I'm confused about my duty. This is the first question. And next he says in the 8th verse, Nahi prapashyami mamapano dhyat. Nahi prapashyami. I don't see what is good for me. And he says, I don't know. Yat shokam uchoshanam indriyanam. I'm going through some kind of pain. I'm going through some kind of misery, suffering. I don't know how to come out of this. Basically, if you clearly say, there are two questions that Arjuna is asking. He's asking what to do, what not to do. And secondly, he's asking, how can I be happy? How can I be happy? So if you even more simplify it, the question that Arjuna is asking is, how do I make my decision which makes me happy? So that is exactly all of our question in our life. What decision I should make and how do I make that decision so that I can be happy. I don't want to go through any suffering. I don't want to go through any problem. So Arjuna's question is irrespective of which country we belong to, our nationality, race, gender, profession, age, everybody has same question. How to make decisions, how to clear my confusion, and how to be happy in life. And the answer that Krishna gives clarifies all these doubts. Now, how to make decision in our life? It's a very interesting question. How to make any decision in our life? Let's take a simple practical example. Now, if I'm driving or if I'm walking on the road, how is that I'm making decisions of going left, going right, going straight?
We know where we have to go.
Okay. When we say we know where we have to go, number one is destination. When you know your destination, then left, right, and all that becomes clear. So why can't any place be your destination? Like for example, you go to railway station or airport or bus stand. Why don't you get into any bus? All the buses are going to some destination. Why don't we get into any bus? If the destination is our goal, every bus is taking us to some destination. So when you say our destination, then there are interestingly two things are involved in this. My destination. Destination and me. Are you able to see this? My destination. So there are two things that we need to know. One is me, other one is destination. So your destination becomes clear to you when you know who are you. For example, something happens and you forget who are you. Let's say your memory goes away. Some accident happens where your memory fades away. You don't know now who are you. You don't able to remember who are you, what is your relationship, who are your people and all. So will you be able to make any decision? What is your destination? That means it is so interesting to watch. The most important thing that is required to make any destination is the awareness of our identity. Awareness of our identity. Who I am. This is the most important requirement to make any decision. If we do not know who am I, then I can't make any decision. Practically, I can't make any decision. Exactly like you go to a bus station. Why don't you get into any bus? We don't get into any bus. We get into a particular bus because I know where I have to go. That means I know my destination. And when you say my destination comes from me. Who am I? Okay, now I want to go to my parents' place. That means I should know who I am and who are my parents. The details about identity. So that's exactly Krishna does in Bhagavad Gita. The first point that he discusses in Bhagavad Gita to help Arjuna to solve his problem, how to make decision, how to be happy, is actually to know what is the real identity of Arjuna. Now Arjuna's question is, should I fight or not fight? So now to take this decision, should I fight or not, then you should know your fundamental identity.